what an interesting gist from across the campus. I am your host, Princess Odugbo, and today we are going to be discussing the gravity of life after graduation. Having this discussion with me are my beautiful discussants in person.
Anita Angomkandu.
Adeni Tantolo Adeyemi.
Jesu Lulu Victoria Obagayi.
If you are welcome, you look so beautiful and handsome
Thank
today.
you so much.
So we are discussing life, the gravity of life after graduation. So what's your take? How do you feel about life after graduation?
Well, the reality of life after graduation is a whole lot. It's something that lives rent in almost every undergraduate's mind and even the graduate's mind themselves. And for me personally, is like when I entered 300 level, that was when it began to dawn on me that I'm almost at the finish line. So questions like what should I do next, what should I venture into, what business should I do, keeps coming to your mind, and then it's a whole lot to think about. Seriously.
I feel for me personally, before we even dive down to the aspect of us graduating, I mean, we just rounded up first semester 300 level and we are pushing down to 300 level second semester. And it's in 300 level that you start to build your walls properly before you get to 400 level. And one thing has been on my mind, and the issue of us writing projects. Have you guys been having issue of putting your project up here? Because I mean,
Yes.
is it a general problem or it's just me that is feeling that way?
It's a general problem.
So I feel the life after graduation can be seen in two ways. It can be exciting and be challenging at the same time. I mean, you graduate today and you feel like now I'm free. Nobody's disturbing me. I have my life. Now, taking a case study from the department you just graduated. They've drained you. Now you feel, okay, this is the time for me to relax, take a deep break and rest. But at the same time, you have to start struggling and you have to. So it can be exciting. I mean, some people they can say, I just want to travel and just have fun but you have to start making plans. I mean, before you even graduate, you have to start making plans for how the outside world now is not funny. You have to, now you've graduated, you have to cater for yourself, pay your house rent, pay your bills, fed for yourself. And I mean, there are some people that are even ready to get married after graduating. Now you have not, your life is not set and you want to marry.
Some
want
people
to
have their life set now.
Yes, there are some people like the rich people. They have their life set. I mean,
I'm talking from the aspect of someone that his life is not yet set. You cannot go out here and go and marry someone else's daughter and you suffer the person. You have to make plans. You can finish as a law student now, you don't get a job. You have to have a side also that you start learning from, a skill that can give you little money for you to sustain yourself. So
I feel like one of the most important things, I think you should just try and state out milestones that you want to accomplish this month, this, that. I feel that's what will keep you on track to be able to achieve your goal. And then you also know that life, things don't always go as planned. So I feel like you should make backup plan. And you always used to say we should make plans up to Z. So make different plans.
I think that's where networking comes in. While you're in school, you don't really have to. You need to build good relationship with people because you don't know who might help you, who you might help, and so building good relationship with people, having good networks, going for impactful events, and meeting new people also helps a lot with the reality of life after graduation.
I think it doesn't necessarily have to be when you're at school and when you're in school too. Yes, you have to network when you're in school, outside school too, and this depends on the people you work with as a clique too. I mean, there are so many ways you can network with people. You can meet people online. There are so many social media platforms that you can meet people on and connect with them. And if there are opportunities, they can give you chances to prove yourself. So I feel networking doesn't have to be when you're in school alone. When you have graduated, so you can also network.
Meeting people outside.
Yes.
But you
Meeting
have
people
to start
doesn't
your
stop.
network from here.
Yes.
Yeah, you were speaking about planning. That brings me to my next question. When we talk about planning, how do you feel when somebody say, "What's next? What is the next stage?" Like, how do you start building yourself?
My dad always asks me this question, and I always get angry. But that's the fact. You have to start planning. You cannot okay, you know how the outside world is. There's no job anywhere. You have to make plans for your.
There are jobs.
But there are no jobs.
It's very
everywhere.
difficult to
It's hard.
find jobs.
Yeah,
now.
It's
You
more
know
of
what
an
the economy is
influencer
saying.
and nepotism that they usually do safe.
So
But there are jobs everywhere.
But it's not
Just
it's
depends
not
on
open
what
for
you want.
everybody.
True. The labor market is very, very tight
Exactly.
now. So you have to calm down, get yourself planned up. I feel like planning is everything. If you can plan yourself well, you'll be able to.
So you know, for me, this talk on what's next gets me anxious because there are certain expectations from people and society. They want, as immediately you're graduating, you are getting a job.
Yeah.
You are
Yes.
just, they just want you all figured out, and that's not the way life works. Like life is unpredictable. What you plan is not what you might end up doing. And there's this saying that says, man proposes, God
opposes.
So you see, there are certain expectations even from our parents. For some people now, like after graduation, for their parents now, the expectations they want from them is to get married. And for some other people again, is to get good jobs, drive good cars, live a successful life. So for me, I get a bit anxious because you're asking me what's next?
What's next?
I need to calm down. For goodness sake, I just graduated. I need to calm down and think of what I want to do. That's the problem.
I even feel like in that aspect of you feel okay when you finish school, you get a house, you get this, you get a car, you get life is not all about that. If you don't plan yourself, if you don't state out things you want to accomplish, there's no how that car, that house, that this will come from. So you have to plan, and those plans will put you on track.
But planning again, you have to plan realistic plans. Like it has to be realistic.
Yes,
there are people that have ambitious plans.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
like, you know deep down you cannot achieve this thing.
Absolutely.
You know, it's from one step to another. You have to grow. It's a process. It's a gradual process. You know, you have to start from somewhere, then you migrate like that.
I feel this peer pressure can also come in here. You graduated, you just finished graduating, and you go online, you see your age mates. He said he has a house, he has a car, he's making it. Some of it are true, some are fake. Yes. So now it's for you to lay out what you want. Yes, you want cars, you want this thing, but don't be pressured by other people.
Yeah.
You know you cannot do this thing. Like what you said, ambiguous, something you cannot achieve.
Yes.
You are not getting money from anywhere, but you saw your friend using this thing and you say, okay, myself, I want this. That's when you start stealing, you start going into fraud. So you have to just
Comparison.
That's
Compare
when
yourself.
contentment comes in.
Yeah.
You have to enjoy what you're doing. Love. Okay, for people who have side hustles, they should enjoy. They should embrace their hustle.
Yes,
Don't feel intimidated by what you are doing because this person has a higher side hustle than I do, so I should feel intimidated. That's when contentment comes in. Be contented with whatever you are doing, and because you know that it's a gradual process. It's a process that will lead to might amount to something bigger in future.
Even Buju also said in one of his songs, he say, I carry my hustle for my shoulder. Some people now they carry una hustle for una shoulder, make everybody dey alright.
This hustle to itself, you have to start somewhere before you reach the hustle. Some people just want to jump. They want to just fly out there. Everything starts with a step. Speaking of step, now when you go out there, when you are out in the world, you know there is already a new routine. You have left the comfort of your zone. How do you cope with new routine? How do you balance and, fix yourself well?
You know now, you're used to lecturers' grades. Now it's decision and responsibility
by yourself.
You are transiting into another atmosphere of life, if I can put it that way. Like you are transiting and you are used to mommy 2K, mommy 10K, mommy this one. Now, no mommy anywhere. Even if they will come through for you, but they won't come through the way they used to come through for you because they feel okay, you have reached this certain point in time that you need to be able to cater for yourself.
Now it's the younger ones now that will even believe.
Exactly. Yes. So like it's a whole lot because some people don't even have this culture of saving or budgeting or planning. They just spend lavishly. So it's a whole lot for some people.
Satanta, you want to say something?
I see. You've graduated. You are no longer in school, and you cannot live that kind of lifestyle you are living in school. You know, when you are in school, you have people that you call anytime you are broke. You call them, ma, please, I don't have money. Please. Now you are on your own. The economy itself will tell you that you cannot spend lavishly. when you buy one cup of rice and you know that I really worked hard to get this money, you will not spend lavishly.
You will not even waste the food.
At all. And I think that one thing people need to know is that there's only one thing constant in life, which is change.
Yeah.
You need to be able to adapt to change. Like there are things that, okay, you know that after graduation it's a new phase of life that I need to get adapted to. And then there's this issue of knowing what you want to do.
Yes.
You know, if you don't know what you want to do, like for example, you mentioned something about saving culture. There are people that started this that don't know how to save at all. And I think it's from your university days that you should actually know how to do these things, because if you don't know how to do it from your university days, the world is going to be dramatic for you in the future.
Honestly,
because
yeah.
If you have any money that comes into your account, you just spend it. You should have a saving culture. Okay, if I have 100,000 naira in my account, I should divide it 60, 20, 20. The 60 should be the one I save, and then the 20 should be the one that, okay, the one I will use. And then even for the other 20 is for when that one has finished, then I can fall back on it, but not using it all too. But it should just have a good saving culture. It goes a long way.
Speaking of this saving culture, that brings me to my next question. Like, what is that one thing that you know that will stick with you, that you have got, that you get from the university till you graduate, like till you get married, you are going to hold it to yourself after your university days? That one thing you've learned.
For me, it is perseverance. Like for my department, where I'm currently studying theatre and performing arts, it's perseverance. Like there are times that you will be in drama village from morning to God knows when. Like you don't know, you are not even sure of the time you are living there. So it gives me an edge. Like, okay, for example, I go for interviews and there's a long queue. Because I've learned this art of perseverance and patience, I can put it into action. You know, I don't have to frown or get agitated because things are not working are not working according to the way it's supposed to be. You know, and then there's another one again that I think that has worked for me is confidence. Theatre has built my confidence to some certain extent. Before I entered school, there are places that I cannot speak, but now this is something that I have learned. They have built me to be able to speak into a larger audience. So this is one thing that I have learned, and I'm still learning, and I think will go a long way for me.
Mr. Santo.
Okay, I feel one thing is consistency. When we're still in school, maybe they give you an assignment, you didn't get it right, go back, do it again. Do it again. So when you get to the outside world, you going to seek for a job now, you didn't get the job, you still keep pushing, go for another work again, you didn't get. And I feel now you have to at this point you have to have someone that you can call and explain your personal issues with. That's you're like your friend. When you are down, okay, you've gone through several challenges looking for a job, and you have to, okay, how far, how is it going? I'm really tired, I've tried looking for a job, I didn't get a job. This person will be there for you. How far, bro, you can do this thing. Just keep doing what you are doing. Like I watched an Ashakain video. He kept on repeating one Yusuf guy. When it was nothing, when he started the video editing and the content creating started, he kept on mentioning this guy. This guy was there for him. The guy always gingers him that, bro, you can do this. When he got their first apartment, the guy pulled up for him, came through for him. He carried him to his house that he can stay with him. So you have to have friends that will ginger you, that will push you. Even though you are down, you have to have friends that
good relationship.
I also agree with him in the aspect of consistency, because I think that's like one of the biggest things I've learned since from 100 levels to this point. Like consistency is what keeps you going. It gives you the drive to keep running the race, running till you get to the finish line.
There's something that you said about I think you said rejection. I think this is something that we have failed to really discuss, we have failed to really talk about, that happens in almost in the life of undergraduates or even the graduates themselves. You know, there are some people, the way I handle rejection might not necessarily be the same way you handle rejection.
Yes.
Some people have tried once, twice, they have tried the third time, fourth, and then, you know, they feel, okay, if I go the fifth time, why there's no need, because they will not take me, because I've tried my best the first time, the second time. And then we should understand that in as much as we want these things for ourselves, like we said earlier, life most times doesn't go as planned.
Yes.
So we should know how to handle rejection.
You know, you talked about something. You said that how people handle rejection and how they come back to running the race. You know, this is where they say, show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. I feel like the kind of circle that you keep yourself in, you should have people that you can call and say, how far, bros, my face cannot carry me, how far, pray for me, put me for prayer, that kind of thing. You know, those kind of friendships, they
motivate.
I'm telling you, they motivate. There's a level of how those kind of friendship go. They encourage you, they say, how far, you can do this, you know. And most of the time, even in this department where we are studying theatre and performing arts, you know, there are sometimes that you just need somebody to just encourage you, just motivate you, because at some point you just feel like, have I been wasting my time, all those things like that.
Myself this question.
Because there was even a day when we were doing rehearsal that one of our classmates, we went backstage and she just started crying. I mean, like, what happened? She's like, she's tired, she can't do this anymore, she wants to change departments, and then we all started encouraging her, telling her that, I mean, you're almost done. Let's keep going.
Thank you very much.
There's one thing that one of our lecturers used to tell us is that we should marry stress.
And one other lecturer also said that if you can survive 300 level theatre and performing at Ahmadu Bello University, there's no way you cannot survive
the outside life.
That's just it.
Thank you very much. So let's give one or two advice to our viewers out there. Tell them something that will keep them motivated.
Okay, as a graduate, you have to learn, have a side hustle, be consistent, and do what you know how to do best.
For me, I would like to say that adaptability is key. Like, you should, the only thing constant in life is change. So you should know that from one stage, from life after graduation is a different phase of life for you. So you should be able to adapt to it. And then this is where you become flexible and resilient in whatever you do.
And there's this popular saying that says, if life throws you lemon, you make a lemonade out of it. So try to make a lot of lemonade out of it. And well done.
Thank you very much. To my viewers out there, please, let's learn to set our goals right and make plans, good plans. Thank you very much, my discussants, for this beautiful and intriguing discussion. Thank you to my esteemed viewers. Thank you to the technical crew. I am your host, Princess Odugbo. See you next time.